comes out, and it's like I don't know why, but it's like, it's like, oh, okay, I remember that too. Yeah, no, I totally remember that. It's like, the only thing is, I don't know if his had the fucking same thing as all the other kids that got handed those fucking plaques, because most of the kids' plaques had two-way microphones in them, and two of the plaques were rigged to burn. They were in a very specific shape, a certain type of police, obviously, and that, it's just interesting. So the one plaque, on the other hand, that the one, it did burn the room that it was in. The other plaque was found with the little fucking device that was rigged to burn the room. But that's cool, that's cool. And then I'm saying that, and that was a long, long time ago, way before, Eminem came out with a song with Mary J, and I think it was Mary J, and the fucking, the Big Pun, or the Fat Joe guy, I think it was Big Pun. I think Big Pun's still alive. So that's cool, but, it's like, and then back to Rayvon, it's like, Ray, it's telling me this and that, and I'm like, well, it's like, guess I can't get no more information out of you, you're dead, you had to go get yourself fucking drunk after 2 years sober and walk yourself in front of a fucking obviously oncoming car after the first car cut left and the other car cut right, or vice versa, and the one up the middle hit you. It's like, that's, thanks for getting yourself fucking, you fucking took the easy way out, motherfucker. I love you, I miss you, you suck, that type of thing, No, Ray, you don't suck dick. I mean, you just suck in general for fucking dying. That's what I mean, okay? Let's just clarify that for the fucking underworld, okay? I bet you're kicking a lot of ass, okay? Anyway, so, point being, so that was fun. And then, yeah, did I mention that they threw me in the mental hospital trying to go get blood work before my tooth got worked on? But then at the same time, I'm like, well, fucking, if I'm going to the mental hospital anyway, might as well declare that Ari's concert's about to be fucking blown up and a whole lot of people gonna die, and then fucking, they threw me in the mental hospital anyway, because obviously that sounds fucking completely fucking batshit crazy, but that was already in the process of happening anyway, just from going to get my fucking blood work, so therefore, fucking 80 days into the hospital, I think I mentioned this part already, but 80 days into the hospital, fucking, then somebody fucking goes off on me, I tell them to go fuck up and go get fucking grip on life, and fucking, and then at that same exact time, in front of certain people, I was like, yeah, man, fucking, and then her concert's gonna get blown up, and all these kids are gonna die, and it's like, it's like burned down, blown up, same fucking thing, it's gonna get attacked, and fucking sure as shit, 10 fucking days later, it's like, I got people coming into the fucking breakfast area saying, didn't you say that her concert was gonna be blown up? I was like, yeah, I did actually. Why? It's like, guess what? It's like, what? It's like, come check out the news. It's like, oh, look at that. It's on the news. Oh, so I guess I'm not so fucking crazy, huh? Fuck you all. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, it's like, yeah, let him out. Yeah, it's like, good. Thank you, because, there's only so much more I was going to be able to fucking take, I guess, before I fucking literally climbed in somebody and, wore them as a suit, But, with my bones crumbling, I mean, that's, because then they threw me in jail, a couple years later, which was last year, I'm guessing that was the opportunity to move Kristin Smart's body to possibly a location where I would eventually have to come back to, where then eventually a squirrel would bring me a human remain, foot bone of a human being, which wasn't a little girl's foot bone, tiny little girl, it wasn't a tiny little girl's foot bone, and I don't know whether it was the foot bone of a boy or a girl, but I do know that it was a foot bone, because I've seen foot bones before due to the extensive fucking, run-ins with fucking corpses all of the time with my fucking absolute never got fucking paid lifestyle of, let's just see how much we could fucking push him before he fucking snaps, and then I'm thinking, wow, that's fucking great, but we'll also make sure that he never ever gets to see what's being written about him in the fucking reports that are fucking being made about him, and we'll be trying to fucking switch him out with other people that fucking he cannot contact right now in his why this is happening and why we're robbing his money, and it's okay because the whole world is fucking falling apart nowadays, so who really cares about the kid who went through it and saved the world? Oh, let's not forget, I saved the world, not once, but twice, a couple more times after that. Would you like to know how I did that? Oh, well, here's how I did that, and here's how you also can blow up your own fucking planet. Would you like the instructions? I will fucking write them out for you. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, if you got nothing else to do and the means to do it, I have no problem at this point building the fucking device. That doesn't work, obviously. You know what I'm saying? All made from, you know what, I'm just like, and then I'm like, you know, and then it's like, well, why push the boy? I don't understand. Why push his buttons? I don't understand. Why push the buttons to the point of fucking making him fucking say, fucking, you know. Because you over pushed, and then it's like, you know, is there a breaking point? Something that maybe, I don't know. This is, you know, it's like wait till he finds out that he's living in the house that he was kidnapped and they possibly tried to kill him while there was a little girl's dead body in a fucking attic full of nails. Very significant, almost like the fucking video where Mac Miller was in a coffin surrounded by little tiny baby nails. But in the meantime, in the real fucking experience of Anthony Yakkey, not Mac Miller, fucking Anthony Yakkey was locked in a fucking den of death, and fucking, you know, other than, you know, very small, tiny, wonderfully horrific living creatures, there was, you know, of course, you know, dead, mummified, what he thought was literally, you know, a doll made of paper mache just to fuck with him until they closed the fucking door to the tomb, which then he just started to rip the fucking roof off. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how I escaped. Which was just, you know, thank you for making me somewhat fucking, you know, but I mean, it's like, not anymore. It's like I'm crumbing my bones. I can't handle the fucking, no way, man. It's like, there's some, I got some issues as far as my my body is concerned. You know, even though in the hospital, like, you know, like after like, you know, the cop showed up and I was like, here, speak to my friend the feds on the phone. It's like, here you go. And then it was like, well, we still got to kind of throw you in a fucking hospital. It's like, well, you know, in the meantime, fucking, you know, it's like, you see, Ariana's concert's going to be attacked. It's like, you know, yeah, so all those little children died. It's a fucking shame. I don't know. Probably could have been prevented, but who gives a fuck, I guess, you know. And then it's like, oh, hey, let's not forget about COVID. You know, stopped COVID, not once, not twice. Couple different times, actually. And then you know, it's like, well, if some dumb motherfucker lays their hand on me one more fucking time, this thing's gonna get released. I swear to God it will. And then they did, and then it did, and then, you know, everybody's experienced COVID now, so that's, you know, that's great. And you know, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing, man. It's a wonderful life, you know. So then, you know, then it's like, you know, I just was talking to my friend and I said, you know, it's like the one person that I can truly get on the phone almost all the time. It's like, you know, it's like brought up the, you know, whole, like, you know, how many times prior did I say it's kind of funny how I can't get most people on the phone, but then when I definitely need to get them on the phone, I can't definitely get them on the phone, but I can get them on the phone prior to me having to actually get them on the phone. And it's like, yeah. It's like, you said that. I was like, yeah, how many times? It's like, I'm not sure. It's like, you know, this is fucking how it goes, man. It's like fucking... Because it's all in the realm of normal. Definitely is. All in the realm of normal, I guess. You know, if you consider that, like, normal fucking stabbed itself and somehow managed to throw itself in a blender and then somehow string itself back to fucking normal. But then even then, it was never actually normal to begin with. And then it was like, you know, a train came along that crashed into a plane that fucking magically fucking the plane wasn't the one that was flying. Yeah, because that would be fucking normal. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if the train was on tracks when it crashed into the plane, but the plane wasn't flying, the train was. That's where it gets interesting, you know. So, you know, it's like, you know, ortho, and then, because you thought that the plane was on the tracks, didn't you? And the train, because I said the plane wasn't actually on the one flying, you know, but meanwhile, it's like, you would be like, well, then the train, obviously the plane was on the tracks with the train, but then, you know, you left out the part where, which I did, I truly did, you know, where the train wasn't exactly on the tracks when it hit the plane, so therefore there was no one of them on the tracks, but the train was moving without the one being, because it was flying. That's the point. It's like, you know, that's the kind of like the realm of normal that we've entered into in this fucking dysfunctional fucking bunch of bullshit, which is pretty much probably the ending of my life, which is cool. I'm cool with that. Yeah, since probably more than likely Ari's, you know, dead. The real Ari's dead, more than likely, and then there's the other Aries that, who knows, they're probably dead too, and then there's this Ari, who knows when they'll die, and, you know, the magical, fictional fucking wedding to the fucking scum cunt that fucking... Never mind. So anyway, so that's that, and then, you know, there's all the other, you know, magical fairy tales of logs of mystery and, you know, moving them but never getting any credit, and then, you know, fucking other than, you know, like, let's just fuck them up some more. It's like, hey, that's cool. It's like, you know, it'd be nice to get paid, and it's like, that's a fucking joke, then. Oh, look, it's shiny now. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. It's like, that's the joke, right? That's the joke. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's the joke. So then that's that, and then it's like, well, let's just see. It's like, yep. It's like, oh well, you know, since everybody thinks I'm crazy, let me just go get my fucking credit report, and then I'll fucking you know work on whatever the fuck I gotta work on to do what I gotta do to, you know, find some place to fucking, you know, be crazy and happy by myself, and so I don't have to get in anybody's way. But, you know, it's like, no, but then the show can't go on, of course. You know what I'm saying? You know, the show can't go on then. So it's like, you know, that we can't allow him to do that, you know, because then, you know, we don't get to make him look fucking crazy no more when, you know, he all of a sudden just walks off, you know, every once in a while, comes back into town to go buy fucking, you know, the latest video games and, you know, solar panels and, you know, comes strolling into the fucking, you know, town with, you know, his brand new tigers that don't exist somehow but managed to find him in North America. And fucking, you know, he's like, you know, it's like, you know, do you really want to argue with the kid walking with, you know, the fucking Noah's Ark, you know, fucking entourage? No, you don't. You don't want to fucking... And where did he get the tigers from, you know? But that will never happen because, you know, basically, you know, it's like, you know, I've been robbed of my experience of, you know, walking out of the wilderness. Kind of like Tarzan, but probably still a little bit fatter than normal of Tarzan because, you know, it's like, you know, because of the whole radioactive situation, which they were hitting me with what I thought, which, you know, could have been actually, you know, the radioactive diamond dust. And then, you know, there's, of course, the asbestos, which makes way more sense. You know, which, you know, then comes back down to like, you know, the very first start of chemotherapy, which was radioactive diamond dust. And then, you know, the whole asbestos thing kind of like, you know, plays into like the more normal side of the human mind, why I'm explaining that theory, which is not a theory. It's stuff that I know very firsthand because the very, very first time that chemotherapy was actually put into chemotherapy's, you know, practice was because they didn't want people to understand that it was radioactive diamond dust, nano radioactive diamond dust, because, people, even though they were told that it is, harmful and can be harmful, it also can help, destroy the cancer cells or prohibit them from growing, with the extra, and that, since they basically have done this to me for almost 30 something years without having cancer, that, a lot of the people that got fucking pissed off when they found out that, their loved ones passed away anyway because their past loved ones had cancer, and they were like, it's because of the treatment. It's like, but it wasn't because of the treatment, because at this point I've been being hit with that shit for 30 fucking years and I'm still fucking alive. It was because they were fucking cancer fucking ridden, and they were gonna fucking die unless you had the fucking cancer treatment, which you blamed fucking people in my fucking people that fucking were smart enough to fucking say, hey, look, this could kill you, but guess what? If you don't do this, we don't have any other better fucking objects. So do you want to do this? Let's do this. And, forms were signed, but then fucking they still got fucking sued. But then that's all a fucking big fucking cover up anyway, because nobody fucking wants to fucking be normal. So that was fun. It's like memories of the time I used to walk into rooms and lights would blow out, and, I was able to turn the TV on and off without a remote control in front of my friends, and, I was able to flip through the channels, turn the volume up and down, even though I didn't want the volume up or down at the time, but sometimes it kind of worked in sync with one another. I was like, yeah, I don't want to hear the fucking volume that it's at. Might as well turn it down. It's like, where's the remote? Oh, that's right. There it goes. Look at that. It's like, am I sitting on the remote? Where the fuck is the remote? I didn't know I was the remote. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow. And then, then there was the whole, like, thinking I was being followed up the block with somebody with a little button turning the lights off underneath, as I was walking underneath the lights. And it was like, okay. I'm a little creeped out. And then it went from like creeped out to like, I am the Dark Lord. And it's like, and then it's like, okay, enough with the Dark Lord shit. It's like, what the fuck's going on? It's like, oh, you turned me red. That would explain why my car was able to work without gas. Because I became the reactor. That's awesome. That's fucking great. Cheers, guys. That's wonderful. All while losing my mind, but, it's, like, cool, because I was still stable enough to, like, kind of make, non-harmful fucking, judgments throughout my fucking experience of staying awake for fucking years at that point, which I looked at the Guinness Book of Records, and it was like, 6 months. It's like, well, that guy was a pussy. That guy was a fucking pussy. Oh, what happened to that? Oh, he died? Oh, that guy was a real pussy then, man. Because I broke that fucking record by, like, fucking tons. I was like, wow, why ain't I in the fucking Guinness Book for, not sleeping for fucking ever? And, my friends on the video games would be like, dude, did you go to bed yet? I was like, no. I've been up for, a week and a half, just ripping it with you guys, This is why my guy's like on level like 4,000 and you guys are like 22. You fucking pussies. It's like, you want me to lend you some guns and shit? It's like, we can do this. You know what I mean? Look at my camo. It's like, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's all fun. But you know what? Even the best part of the whole experience, and this is honestly where I had to step away and walk away, was when I was playing video games with my friends online, which were my only real friends at that point in time in life. And I looked down and I noticed that only one of the two objects that needed to be plugged in were plugged in. So it was either the video game was plugged in and I was powering the TV, or basically the TV was plugged in and I was basically powering the video game. I mean, either which way you look at it, there was only one plug in the outlet, where the only outlet that was there was the outlet where the two items needed to be plugged in. So, that was fun. Yeah, I was like, guys, they were just talking about the game. I was like, hey guys, shut up. I was like, can I ask you guys something? And then they were like, what's going on? I was like, are you guys real? They were like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you see, I'm looking down at the floor right now, because my cameras were in the house, literally. I was butt naked, but my cameras that nobody else should have had access to, my cameras were inside the house because of the shit that was going on, and I wanted my cameras that are here to be in my house so that they could see what the fuck, I could see, and God forbid I had to show, but I was basically, okay, was I in my body? No, I was butt naked. I was like, nobody seen me, right? My cameras were not, they were in the fucking house on me, so that this way, if something happened in the house and I had to do what I might have had to do, at least I had a fucking backup to fucking explain why my dog was now fucking, my brand new puppy was now freaking licking somebody's fucking brains after smashing them open. You know what I'm saying? But that never happened, thank God. But what did happen is this. When I seen this plug out of the thing, because I was so fucking radioactive, I seen that there was only one plug. So I said to myself, it's like, well, either I'm powering the TV. Actually, I didn't even realize it then. The actual thing in my head was that something wasn't right. I think of it now, and that's how I'm explaining it. But really, I was looking down at the one plug in the wall and saying, why isn't the other plug in the outlet? And I've been playing video games for well over an hour, and probably could have played video games for many hours after that. But, it was like, ta-da, Nikola Tesla. Anyway, so that's fun. So, it's like, but I didn't know that, that didn't pop into my head, actually. Nikola Tesla, but now it's popping, and I'm like, wow, that's, and then that explains all the fucking that, and then that, and, let's go solve the mysteries of history. You know what I'm saying? It rhymed. Did it rhyme? The mysteries of history. You know what I'm saying? It's like, with Anthony Yakkey. Dun, 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 so then it's like, that's fun. And then, so my friends were like, yeah, well, I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure you're real? Because at this point, one of my plugs are not in, and for some reason that means either, the video game is working by itself, or the TV is working by itself. So there must be a ghost. Ghost, that was the first thing I thought of in my head. So anyway, so I was like, time to go to bed, but I couldn't go to sleep. I just closed my eyes, and it was like my brain never turned off. It was so much fun. It was so much fun to like feel my feet swelling up, and me just thinking that I was going to die soon from like natural causes, that I couldn't get to a doctor because they wouldn't even fucking help me with fucking cab rides to get to the fucking, why my whole body was being swollen, and somehow I put on 280 pounds within fucking max of 2.5-ish months, which is just insane. Like, nobody puts on 280 pounds, total weight being upwards of 550 fucking pounds. And I would lose 30 pounds or 40 pounds in a day, and then I would gain 60 back, and then lose 70 pounds in a day, and then gain back 30, and then it was a fluctuation. But basically the bottom line is that it was like 550 pounds of just atomic Anthony walking around. It was fucking great. Wonderful times, fun times, and it's like, yep. So yeah, so that's pretty much where we'll just fucking, I think we'll end it there. It says I've been talking for 57 minutes and 13 seconds, 14 seconds, 15 seconds, 16, 17 seconds, 18 seconds, 19 seconds, 20 seconds. And that's about the end of today's video. Other than that, I don't really know what else to do other than go watch fucking porn, since I can't get anybody on the goddamn telephone that I would like to fucking talk to, and make plans to go live my life. But it's cool because I can't really walk very far, but that's cool too, man. It's like I'm gonna be homeless soon. Yay! It's like fucking, at least fucking, this is really wonderful, man, while our country slips down into the deepest of holes. And Oh, you know what I did see? I seen this video today talking about white holes and black holes, and it wasn't porn. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, that's interesting. It's like, that's a fun topic. Let's listen to this. And then I was listening to it, and I was like, that's kind of funny, actually. It's like white holes and black holes, and it's like in the lingo that was in the video. I was like, wow, that's a funny thing, because it's like even when I'm not watching porn, it's like, and I'm watching something intellectual, it sounds kind of like porn. It's like freaking do, because I'm gonna go fucking, because at least after 20 years. I get to jerk my fucking dick off. And I'm saying to myself, it's like, wow, that sucks. It's like, so much fucking, and I'm like, why the fuck is it? I don't care. At this point, I'm like, but I do care, but I don't care, because it's like, it's like, ta-da! It's like, what the fuck? It's like, well, at least that's fun. It's like, yay, it's like, yay, it's like, hey. Meanwhile, that's about it. I think that's it. That's it for today's video. It's been fun. You guys have been great. Fucking definitely not made for children. I'm gonna make sure I hit the button. Make sure it's not made for children, even though I'm talking a little bit funny. You know what I'm saying? Not made for kids. Cheers. It's been fun.